I am not playing it safe. I said what I said. It is what it is.
I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm it.
Hey,
Say what you want.
what's up, guys?
Guess
And
it is what
welcome
it
back
is.
here. Mike with Core Region Discontent. This is we're gonna try and figure out a name for this thing. Figure it might be called something like Last Glizzy on the Roller. We're gonna try that, right? So anyway, I'd like thanks you guys for tuning in. If you could remember to go to the YouTube and subscribe there and like and share it on Spotify. You could share it to your Facebook, anything like that. Now today is today's Saturday. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, also known as Small Business Saturday. So people are out shopping and stuff like that. I hope everybody's being careful. But it is the holiday season, right? It is Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up, shopping is all part of the holiday season. Getting together with friends and family. And I'd like to talk about it a little bit, because there's people out there happy. It's the holiday season, spreading cheer, being happy around people, things like that. And believe it or not, this time of year is sometimes hard for some people. It's hard for them to be happy, hard for them to have any kind of cheer. And I can relate with that. Now, I've been getting better with it lately. I mean, and I lost both my parents in December, 2 years apart from each other. I'm 38 years old, I lost my parents. I mean, actually today would have been my nephew's birthday that had passed away from with cancer and stuff like that. But a lot of people struggle with it. It's holidays. You think about it if you're used to something, if you're say your family's broken up now and it's just different. You lost loved ones, you just don't have that holiday spirit. Just, keep that in mind when out, trying to spread cheer and stuff. What I try to do is I do some things like we're having a Christmas contest coming up. It's the third year we're doing it. And it gets a lot of traction. We get a lot of sponsors and a lot of people. Like I said, speaking of sponsors, you can always sponsor an episode of this, help us out, help us get more equipment, help us get the word out. This isn't as political as it used to be. But back to our subject, like I said, I can relate because, holidays spent with family and stuff. When your family's not around, your family's broken up, whether it was a bad decision, things happen. Things always happen, right? And I tried, like I said, we're having a Christmas contest coming up, and it's a way to sometimes help people take their mind off things that's going on. I mean, I know that could be a struggle too, because maybe you decorated the house with your parents or loved ones or anything like that, and it's hard, like my family, everybody talks about going out on Thanksgiving or Christmas. I've never been to a restaurant on Thanksgiving or Christmas. I've just never done it. We always had, the cooking done at home. Dad was up at 4 a.m. getting the turkey ready, 3 a.m. Guy was a soldier. He got up no matter what was going on the night before. He was up early. Anybody that knows him who knows that, like, and and we'd have the food and family together. It was just no matter what, we always made it happen. And it was always a good time. Because, and somebody said this to me not too long ago, was especially when it comes to kids and your parents. There's nothing like a cooked meal from your parents. I don't care if your parents are good cooks or not. My dad just happened to be a good cook. But if it's from your parents, it just tastes different. It tastes better, right? And I got to do that this year. I made the whole Thanksgiving thing myself, Kind of felt like my dad. Did the whole thing. Turkey, the baked corn, which was a new addition. We never did that before, and the deviled eggs, and which my daughter seemed to like. She took them, most of them. But that's an experience, man. It's like, because cooking is one of my love languages. I know I don't, if you're on my page and stuff like that, you don't usually get a different side of me like this. I try, like I said, I don't go out of my way to offend people, and I'm not easily offended either. But I figured these are more more like intimate talks over here. So if you're out there struggling, you gotta think about it that because I think about it. Would my parents, would my dad, would my mom, the nephew, my grandparents, I don't have any of them, no grandparents. I have two great aunts, two aunts that are great. They're not my great aunts that I just met recently, believe it or not, after 38 years now, but met them about 5 years ago, my mom's sisters. And I don't pay enough attention to them, and I should because they went way out of their way to help me, because that's what family does. But speaking of family and the holidays and your lost loved ones, I mean, do they want you to mourn? Do they want me to be sad? I mean, I feel like I know why my mom didn't like holidays because she had the same problem. But do they want you to be sad? Do they want you to mourn? Or do they want you to, remember good times? Do they want you to remember them when they were there, everybody cooking around, like Christmas with the presents, and just getting together. Everybody works all week, everybody works all year. And, maybe you should live for them in their image, like what would they have wanted? Would they wanted you to spread cheer? They want you to keep the traditions going. Because the problem we have anymore is that the people that glued the families together and kept everything together are starting to slowly be gone, and it's some people just aren't picking up the torch. Now, me, unfortunately, I mean, my family's not around. Decisions I made that, maybe I regret, but I made the decisions and I live with them because I never blame anybody else for what I do or how I feel. Because I always feel like being offended is a you problem. It's you. It's in you. I don't care if somebody calls you a name. I don't care if somebody does something. If you're offended by it, it's just the way you look at it and you're thinking. And I used to let a lot of things get to me. I used to let holidays get. I mean, holidays still kind of get to me, but they're when I feel upset, it's more like a happy kind of upset. Like, I wish they were here, man. I wish things were just, back to the way they used to be, but it doesn't because time marches on, right? As Tracy Lawrence said in one country song. A lot of you are probably too young for that, but you have to move on. Somebody else has to pick up the torch. The only thing you have in life is people and time, and you can't get either one of them back. So if you could, just remember that. But remember there are people struggling because some people aren't at a place yet. It could have been things could have happened recently. Some things are just harder to let go of, man. If you had a tradition, you had something going on for 12 or 15 years out of your life or longer, it's hard, man. It's mourning. It's like if you break up with a wife or a husband or somebody's gone, it's you're in mourning a little bit. And some people it's harder for them to work past that. I have I work past it a little bit. I just uh I just go on with my days and try to still make those people proud. I do what I can with what I can. And I try to have other people be happy. It's not that it makes it look like on my page that I don't care about people's feelings. It's not that I don't care about people's feelings. It's just it's not really my problem. I don't go out of my way to offend people. Like I said, I've put up a post, lots of posts before because I cover the news. Not all news is good news. Accidents happen, people lose their lives, things like that, and they should tell me like have respect for the family and stuff. I do have respect. I don't put out names, I don't put out addresses when things like that happen. I don't post about overdoses or expirations or anything like that that happen on a daily basis. But if it's something tragic, I put it out there because a lot of people want to know why are the police right up from my house? What's all this traffic going on for? And but most of the people that attack me, like in the comment section and stuff like that, they attack me because I'm a one-man show. I'm not a big corporation that they know nothing will happen. They could go after the news stations, the newspapers, the big media outlets. They could do, and no, they're not going to read the comments and stuff. They know I read the comments, I respond and stuff, but I respond respectively. Um, but I do have a saying, as you can see on my shirt here, it says "Act stupid, get treated accordingly," and sometimes I run into that. I used to argue with people a lot, but I got a lot of loyal fan base that they'll jump right on it anymore. I just had somebody today talking about the different coal regions in Pennsylvania. I mean, the coal region is pretty much Pennsylvania. I mean, it stretches from Pittsburgh up past Scranton. I mean, you get down by Virginia and stuff like that, or West Virginia, it's like the bituminous coal, but the anthracite, it's pretty much stretching from corner to corner. It's just told me I failed geology. I think I even had geology. I was in the Tech when I was in high school, and he told me I didn't have a GED, stuff like that. I told him he might have failed at life, and maybe he's just angry and he wants to come at somebody because there's a lot of keyboard warriors. And that tracks back to now with the holidays and stuff. A lot more people, like I said, they feel a lot more angry, resentment, and you can't. You know, the past is the past, and you got to keep going. I keep moving up. I got a lot of naysayers. I may not be as big as some pages. I may not be out there, but I work. You know, I can't do as much because I work during the day and then do this at night and on the weekends. It's when I make time for it. Because if you love something or you believe in something, you're going to make time for it. Just like volunteer firefighters and EMS workers, all them that are just volunteers. You know, they have jobs. They take off work to do things. They leave their jobs. They don't sleep. They're out till 3 o'clock in the morning fighting a fire, and then they go back in. You know, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, things like that. But you make time for things you love. But there's a lot more angry people around the holidays, and I wish more people would be able to come to terms with things. Me, I'm not a victim. I don't play the whole victim stance thing. I don't do that, and I don't believe in it. You know, you can't play a victim. You need to fix yourself. You need to be able to get over things. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't this. You get the card you're dealt in life, and you make the best of it. Now I get it. There's accidents, there's things like that that you couldn't control. It, then maybe you can blame like, hey, I'm injured for the rest of my life because this accident happened and things like that. But like when it comes to like being depressed and things like that, you can. I mean, I've seen people in wheelchairs, people with like no legs, missing arms, you know, and they're still happy, right? They're still out there smiling, still trying to make the best of it. And then you got people that don't look for jobs, that don't do anything like that, don't do, and then they'll blame it on everybody else. It's the government, it's the economy, it's this. I don't have a car, I have nobody. You got all this and blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear about minimum wage. I don't want to hear nothing. That's why it's called minimum wage. It's for the minimum. It's supposed to move up from there because you're supposed to gain skills. You're supposed to gain people skills, materialistic skills, you know, carpentry skill, anything, any kind of skills. You're supposed to gain those over your life and move up. Not just supposed to sit around your house and complain about the bills. Like minimum wage, you could survive on minimum wage. I mean, maybe it needs to go up a little bit, especially because I heard even here in Trevorton, $1,400 a month for rent. That is ridiculous. That is like a double mortgage. There is nothing in this area that is worth that much. Nothing. Maybe like a 4 bedroom house that's probably still falling apart because it's an old area. Anyway, people complain and they blame it on other people. I'm not making enough. Okay, go somewhere else. I can't just do that. Yes, you can. I don't have a car. Get friends. Ask for ride sharing. Anything. Work close until you get a job or get a car or get more friends or you got a network. That's the what's funny is with more social media, the social networking went down. So many people back, even when the 90s, when I was younger, they rode to work together. There was even a bus at the one place that they even did till insurance issues because everybody has to sue because they feel like they need to make that next quick buck and not to work for it. But you can't complain about everything. When it comes to the holiday seasons, I do get it. I get it that it can be an upsetting time. And I get it that when you're upset, you don't want to see other people happy around you and cheerful and things like that. So keep that in mind. You might be happy during the holiday season. Somebody else might be having a rough time. And there's other people that are having rough times. There's people that are stuck in addiction. There's people that are in rough spots. And a lot of their families, won't even want that'll have a Thanksgiving dinner, a Christmas dinner or anything. It's like they they won't invite him over. They won't talk to him. You never know, especially in a place where people are at. Like this could have been the last time you could have saw them. You only get time and people. What I said earlier. I just, why don't you invite them over, man? Talk to them at least. Maybe take them a plate. Take them any little thing. That could be the last thing that they needed to change. And if it's not the last thing they needed, at least you saw them that time. Family and friends, people and time that you can't get back. And I get it. Maybe you don't want them in your house. Maybe they steal. You don't want them around your kids because they're on drugs or what have you. I invite people over when I have meals. This is the first year that I've done it alone. I've done it completely alone. All I had was my daughter and her boyfriend. I had a friend come over. Maybe he's a friend that not a lot, maybe some people don't agree with, some people don't like, but I have a lot of friends with like that. Everybody has friends like that where nobody else likes them. I don't like somebody because everybody else likes them. I'm not friends with somebody or consider them a friend or call them a friend because everybody else likes them. I'm not trying to be in with the status quo. If they're loyal with me or real with me, then I feel that. I got a lot of friends that are in bad spots, man. People see me with him. Why are you hanging out with him? Maybe because I like them. First off, maybe they're a childhood friend, but maybe they need somebody. You ever think that maybe they need somebody? Everybody needs somebody sometimes, right? I've gotten used to being alone. I've gotten used to being a loner and meeting people. I meet people all the time. I talk with people. I argue with people. I talk with people I don't agree with, and I can always agree to disagree. I can always do that. But I don't want to make more regrets. I don't want to look back and be like, man, if I would have just went over to so and so's house, just talked to him on Thanksgiving, and maybe I could have seen him one time. Maybe that could have lifted his spirit. Maybe he wouldn't have done what he did. Maybe he'd still be here. Because I have those regrets. I have a lot of friends that are gone at a very young age. They've been gone for quite a few years. Like I said, I lost both my parents, all my grandparents, everything. I still try to spread cheer. But I want everybody to think about that, man. Just sit back. Just think about that, man. Everybody has a family member that might be going through some stuff. Not every family's tight knit, but not every family's blood. So check in on that friend. Check on a family member. Just check in on them, man. Give them a little bit, man. Everybody deserves more chances. I get that they could have done something horrible and maybe disowned, but you never know. I I do that all the time. I'll check in on people. And it's funny because people that check in on me, like me, like somebody that looks like they're doing good all the time, I never get checked in on, really. Like I said, I got some aunts and stuff that once in a while they'll check in. I try to keep in touch with them because they did more for me than a lot of people did. You know, that didn't have to. They didn't even know me. They never knew me my whole life. And then the roughest spot I was in my entire life, they were there. So I believe in divine intervention. I do believe in God. I believe everything is believe everything happens for a reason. I met them for a reason when I met them in my life. I hope everybody's safe out there. Like I said, it's Small Business Saturday. I got a lot of small businesses that support my page for my contests. And I'm always reaching out for people if they want to sponsor, because I would, I'd like to do this more often. I'd like to have better equipment. I'd like to have a better spot to do the stuff in instead of doing it remotely. I use Zoom, for right now. And like I said, if you ever have any subjects you want to talk about, you can always email me at coalregiondiscontent@gmail.com. You can message me through Facebook page at facebook.com/coalregiondiscontent. You can always message me on any of those platforms, email me. And if you ever want to sponsor an episode, you want to shout out to your small business, you want to come on and explain your small business, you want to be a guest on here and talk Talk about anything. I'll talk about anything, guys. I will. Um, you can always reach out for that too. But I have a lot of sponsors for my third annual Christmas contest. I'm getting more and more coming in. It's great. There's other pages starting to pick up and doing stuff like that, like Channel One Methed Up News up there in Carbon County, Schuylkill County. He's up north from me. They started a Christmas contest because it's all about giving back, man. It's all about spreading cheer. I don't make anything from the Christmas contest. I give myself a whole heck of a lot more work, and I don't make anything from it. I don't do it. I do it for the people. I do it to promote the businesses. I do it for the people that cheer, to have something to do, for everybody to be involved with. And everybody's going to complain. Some people don't read the rules. I'm okay with that. I explain a lot of things to people, especially I got a lot of older people that follow my page and don't even really know how to use technology like Facebook and stuff like that. They're just figuring it out. Sometimes you got to help them along. Naysayers, I mean, I'm out asking for donations. I'm always, people are saying I'm begging for money. I don't make that. This isn't going directly towards me. I'm just at the bottom of you guys. Whatever I make at my 9 to 5 job, I use for my bills, and I'm broke right with you guys. But this is something I love, and I love to give back to the community because, I've taken away from the community. I've done some bad things. I want other people. I'm trying to be an example. I want other people to do things for the community. I try to do what I can when I have time. I have a job, I have a house to take care of. I got a puppy dog. I got Samson, a little pit bull, rescue dog. I didn't want him at first. Somebody else wanted him. I just got stuck with him, but now he's mine. That's my dude now. It's coming a long way since I got him. I got him back in like March of 2024. So I do want other people to do things in the community. Because even with the election that came up, I said it before. I mean, yeah, I support Trump, okay? But he's only one man. His cabinet's only people, and they're going to take care of federal stuff. They're going to take care of the foreign relations, tax things, kind of stuff like that. But everybody wants to talk about we need to save our country. We need to save our country. The same people that say that won't save their own community. Get in there, help out. I'm not one for talking about giving out handouts or anything, but if you give people the tools they need to help themselves, they'll help, man. Give them hope. Give them a little bit of hope. Show them somebody cares, that somebody's showing them that they're worth it. Especially like now, I don't know why, like during Christmas and it's cold and stuff, people are always giving out, they got the free meals and stuff. Why is that only then? Do you want to like be virtuous? I mean, it's all year long, man. Just give them help. Don't give them a handout. Give them help to find their own way. If they need a little something here and there on their journey and you see they're doing good, give it to them, man. Whatever you can. I get it. People got to save money, got to do this, and they have time, they have jobs of their own, this and that. But a community is a community, man. Our community is good, especially when it comes to helping people. And that's what's good about these social media platforms. Houses burned down, cars wrecked, people have GoFundMe's, people rally together, give clothes, give this and that. We still have a small community around here in the coal region. And I get it. I don't just cover stuff from the coal region. Okay, I'm not, I mean, it says coal region discontent, all right? Started out as a political page, pretty much, right? But I don't just cover stuff from the coal region, it's just where I live. I do help the local community. I do get involved. I meet the politicians. I do all kinds of stuff, especially around the holidays. We're going to try and pick up more stuff to do. Some of these things cost money. I try to put as much money. Any money that I do make from Facebook or something goes directly back into it, like the pumpkin painting contest. Maybe we can get sponsors because the sponsors are going to be promoting their businesses. I mean, I can name off a few of the ones that already donated to the Christmas contest, gift cards, money, whatever. It all goes into it, and they trust me because I've been doing it. And I have a bad past. I have a really bad past. And I'm proof that people can change. So when you're coming around these holiday seasons, you're not inviting over the black sheep of your family, everybody else and stuff like that. Just remember, people can change. If you ask anybody that knew me then and knows me now, if they're still alive, I'm a completely different person. Kind of completely different. But I made a complete 180, man. Like People can do it. I've seen it happen. I've done it. But some of the people that donated, right? You got like new small businesses. You got Coal Region Winery. You got Detailed by Mike. It's a detailing service. Does great cars. The wine place, great wine. I don't even like wine. I don't like it at all. But that wine was good. Sweet, nice. All kinds of different flavors. Nice guy. Nice guy. You got Aaron's Incorporated, one of the smaller, it's a bigger business, but it's, locally managed here. They donate to my Christmas contest. Back to back chiropractor. Been a big supporter of mine since I started everything. Great guy. Great guy. Helped me out with one of my first jobs before I got the job that I got now. Had faith in me. He does chiropractic. He has storage units, parking units. He has rental units, you know. Another big supporter. We have Maria Bresci from Bresci and Martin. Another one. We may some of these people I do not have the same political views with. I do not have a lot in common with them, but they see what I'm doing. I see what they're doing. You got to find common ground. And my political stuff is not my identity. That's not me. Just like I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat either. I see what's stupid and what's not stupid, and I follow the one. All right. That's what I do. I support it until there's a reason to not support it. What's some other business? Two guys from Italy, family restaurant, Sweet Tooth at Dining Room Cafe, which I think they turned their name into Time and Table now. They've donated. Some places that donate that are, they maybe they can't donate, but they do because they like to see the community get together too, and it helps promote them. It gets people to come to their businesses, and a lot of these businesses are great. OIP and Shamokin donate. They donated every year so far. Wise and Shamokin donated. The Squeeze In over there, great place. Oh my God, amazing hot dogs. All they do is hot dogs, but they do one thing, but they do it perfectly, right? And that's in Sunbury, and they donate every year. These are local businesses that are part of the community, and they want to see people happy and cheerful. They want to help out. I just do what I do because I feel like other people should be doing it too. Maybe if I do it, they'll do it. I'm in competition with nobody. In fact, a lot of people think we're in competition with the pages like Channel One Methed Up News or Hobart or Sunbury Stay Informed. We're not. You wouldn't believe this, but we help each other out when it comes time. A lot of our pages, we all help each other out. We're all on the same page with it. Nobody's in competition with one or the other. Some people have more time to do what they're doing. Some people do it full time. I'm doing what I can with what time I have and what resources I have. I got a good thing, when I was down one time, I was at the Wayside. I was at the Wayside. You know what? I didn't go down to the Wayside to ask them for a donation, but I was at the Wayside one time. They were having a soupy contest. You'd look up soupy. Some people don't like it. Some people like it. Anyway, they had a lot of politicians and stuff that night. But anyway, I was there, and just sometimes I get a little down. I get discouraged, just like everybody else. But something always intervenes, and something always picks me back up. And you know who it was? It was Chad Evans. Works for 94.1, or he did. I've been there a long time. I remember him from when I was younger, being there as a teenager. Great guy, man. Great. Nice personality. Really knows how to talk with people, knows how to get things done. And he tells me, he says, you just keep doing what you're doing and use any resources that are available to you. And that's what I've been doing, because there's a lot of people. There's naysayers, all kinds of things. Anything you do, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right, right? Haters are just obsessed fans. They just don't want to admit it yet. So I come back to the holiday thing. As I said, there's a lot of people going, it's rough for them. The holidays are rough. And a lot of people want to impose their negativity on other people. Just gotta let it slide off you, man. If I argue with every person that tries to argue with me, oh, you have no idea. I just don't. We can agree to disagree. God bless. Whatever. Every person's gonna take the path that they're supposed to be taking. Every person needs to play the cards that they're dealt. Maybe the person trying to say something, maybe they're looking for an attack that day. Maybe it's not even you. Maybe it's the fact that, it's Thanksgiving and their mom died on Thanksgiving. or it's Christmas and their dad's like my dad. My dad's birthday is the day after Christmas. My dad died 2 weeks before Christmas in 2017. My mom died 2 weeks before Christmas in 2019, to the day of my dad's funeral. She died on the day, the anniversary of my dad's funeral. You know, I and they were the staples. You know, my dad made the Christmas dinner and the Thanksgiving dinner, and everybody, it's all held together, especially when I was in a rough time in my life. And when I was dealing with that, maybe I started getting a little mean around the holidays and stuff like that. But I realized that I have to carry on the torch. I have to keep moving in their memory. I gotta show them that I'm still living life, that I'm still, it's still a good time. You make do with what you got. You could be broke, you could be rich, man. It doesn't matter. I do got some family. I, you know, I got people that never, with all the bad things that I've done in my life, I still have family that stays around, the distant family. I got cousins. I got some cousins that, no matter what, just like the friends that I still have that are like, no matter what happened, no matter any bad things I did, no matter what was going on, they saw something and they come around now. I just want everybody to remember their family during this time, even their family that they feel like they dislike, their friends that they're still friends, but you're mad at them, you know, or you don't trust them because they're into something. Maybe they're in active addiction, maybe something, in a bad spot in life. Reach out, man. You could be the thing that they need. Even with the shopping, the Black Friday shopping, small business Saturday, cyber, maybe that was a tradition for people, and maybe they get upset when they see people out, you know, shopping and stuff. Like maybe that was something they did with their mom or their grandma or their loved one, and it was, Christmas shopping and things like that. Maybe they maybe they just need a little encouragement, man. Spread cheer throughout the community. If you want to save our country, save your community because it starts there. And I don't care if anybody gets mad at me when I say that. You're talking about save your country, but you won't save your community. You won't do anything in your community. I don't see you volunteering. I don't see you trying to put things out there, trying to announce things, trying to help your small business. I don't see anything. But you have the presidential candidate flag flying everywhere and on your truck and everything else, and it's because it's all mainstream media. That's all they talk about. And we have a good little area here, and some people say it's so bad and it got so much worse. You know what? But it's Shamokin and that and Malcolm and even Trevor in here. It's not been the best for a long time. Everybody says, "Oh, I remember this." Okay, well, it's not the '80s anymore. You know, it's not the '90s anymore. In recent memory, from the '90s till now, maybe it's gotten a little worse, I guess, when meth came in and stuff like that. It stole people's souls, but not a lot going on there. We don't got real public transportation, and people people are living off welfare and raising generations of their family off of it. The one thing I don't agree with. I agree that the welfare was put there for people on hard times, and not to just know how to do the paperwork in order to keep getting the benefits. In most areas in Pennsylvania and other places, you have to be looking for a job when you're on welfare. Our area is, I think, known as a depressed area, so they don't really enforce that. But if you have unemployment, if you get unemployment because you got laid off or whatever, fired, what have you have to look for a job to continue getting unemployment. Kind of backwards. Just like I don't agree with the income tax. Somebody needs to revamp the income tax thing. Somebody, just because they have kids and they don't work all year long, they still get the tax credit for money they didn't spend. They don't have money to spend. They're getting benefits, they're getting housing, they're getting all kinds of stuff, but they still get a credit and still get a tax refund. What are they getting refunded from? They didn't pay anything. Meanwhile, somebody like I or me or anybody that works and doesn't have kids that they claim or anything, we get like 400 bucks back. They'll take 30% of our check. But some people get 12 grand back, $12,000 back just because they have kids, not because they work, not because they earned it, nothing. But that's a different subject for a different day. My my time on here today was supposed to be for just just talking about how it's the holiday season. Some people are down. I wanted people to keep it in mind when they're out, being happy and asking people why they're down. Maybe just show them they don't have to be down. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to show people you don't have to be down. There's things to do. Some things cost money. A lot of things are free. There is a lot of small businesses, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that'll give out free stuff. I mean, look at Clate's Corner Time. For how many years now, they have had a free Thanksgiving. It's not just for people down in their lives, people that don't have anybody, just come there. They do things like that. There's a lot of places. Knights of Columbus and Shamokin does that. They give out free meals. You can have a camaraderie. We can have people together. You get to see people. A couple years ago, they had a Shamokin's Giving. It was a family ties barber. He had one. It was for anybody. It was for homeless addicts, anybody. I was there. I was there. I covered it. The mayor was there. All kinds of things. There are people that care. And if you're one of those people that feels like nobody cares, just reach out, man. You still got churches that do things. I know nobody wants to talk about churches and things like that. I don't care, man. Some people in those churches are great. Now, granted, I've seen a lot of things where it's like some people look down on you in churches. They go to church every day, they work, and they look down on you because you're in a rough time. That is not the way God wanted it. I don't care what anybody said. You don't look down on people. You know, it's a lot of sayings like, how can I look at the splinter in my neighbor's eye, or without first removing a log from mine. I don't like people just like this time of year. Like I said, a lot of people are hard on themselves. And a lot of people do more drugs. A lot of people overdose, right? And they die. And then you'll see people in their on their pages and Facebook or on other people's pages like, oh my God, they're dead. Heaven's got another angel and stuff like that. And it's the same. Some of those people are the same people that just months before that were calling them a junkie and blasting them all over the place and looking down on them and telling them the worst thing ever. But then as soon as they die, they want to virtue signal and act like it hurt them. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And a lot of that happens around this time of year. I still believe that most people are inherently good or have good intentions. They want to. But somebody's always going to look out for number one, their family, and which I get that. It's always your family, friends, people close to you is what you look out for. But if you have more or you have time or you want to see other people do good, you can always reach out. You can always volunteer. You can do anything. You can donate. Try it. If you don't get involved, you cannot complain. I say the same thing about elections. You didn't vote, but you complain about politicians. Don't want to hear it, right? Even if you think your vote doesn't count, I don't care. At least you did the part so you could say you tried, right? At least you had a stance somewhere. You can't complain about, like I said, people not having places to go, not, there's coat drives. Aaron's up in whole town, they have coat drives. Oasis, the recovery community, they have coat drives, they have closets. They help people because they understand. It's a great thing they do. You have to get involved. If you're not gonna get involved, don't sit there and complain about people that are getting involved. Those who aren't shouldn't tell those who are how to do it. Because it's always, and I find this a lot, it's always the people that have nothing going on that have the most to say. They could have nothing going on in their life, nothing. They sit around, they smoke weed, whatever, they just hang out and do nothing, but they'll complain. But they'll act like everything's happening to them. Everything. It's never their fault. You know, accountability. Let's have some accountability for everybody around the holidays. But remember to reach out to people. And like I said, if you want to reach out to the page for subject, you want to reach out for sponsorship, anything like that, we'll be glad to hear from you. You can always on Coal Region Discontent at gmail.com or on Facebook /Coal Region Discontent and message us there. Or on a bunch of other platforms. I just haven't put them out. This platform, Spotify, and it also goes on to YouTube. You can watch them both places. But I really want to thank all the sponsors this year, and we're going to end up getting more sponsors too before it's all said and done. My rules are up on my Facebook page. It encompasses Northumberland County and the touching counties. And that is because that is the furthest I will drive to deliver the prizes because I deliver them personally. Because I like to see that it's a person's house. I like to see the smile on their face. I like to take pictures, show everybody this is who did it. And then, of course, there'll be naysayers. There's always people that have money can decorate better, this and that. And I don't like that, man. Because some of the plain Jane houses that have barely anything on them just look cool. They win, man. And everybody's a winner, man. If you got the spread joy, you got your house up, people liked it, man. People saw the picture. You took time to do it, man. It just everybody wins. Everybody. The winners win, the participants win, the small businesses win. I win because I got to see people. I got to do it. I got to meet the business owners. I got to do things. So this was like the second episode of the reviving of my podcast. I had a podcast before. I don't know what happened to the episodes. I don't know. I can't get on there. But we're gonna try starting a new. We're coming up with a new name. Maybe I thought I'm gonna call it the last Glizzy on the roller. It just sounds funny. I like it. Last in line. I'm the last one there. Still holding out. Hopefully we can get on some of our local representatives. Hopefully soon enough. I have the guy in a band music thing. We're gonna be doing an interview with him. Some like I said, there's local business owners. I have another page that said he would do a podcast, an episode with me here, and they're doing pretty good. And they're doing another thing. They're doing a Christmas contest. But I'm on, man. Well, I've talked local politicians. Local. I'm looking for local community leaders. I'm not talking about the politicians. I'm talking about the people that actually do things in the community, get their hands dirty. People look up to. People know will have the information. I know I can't interview myself. But I'm going to try to do these at least once a week. I'm going to try to move it up to a couple times a week. Once we have more subjects, once we have more time, I figured I'd come on here. I was going to do it on Thanksgiving, but I was busy. I was doing the whole thing myself, guys. I did it. Me. Woo. So more cooking videos will come too on the YouTube, on TikTok and Facebook. That's just, gives people ideas. I'm no master chef or anything. I just like to have fun, man. I like to see people smile. I like to help people. I like helping kids. If I can, I'm gonna try to do something before Christmas for kids. If I can. Stuff's a little tight at the moment. And I'm already asking for donations for the Christmas contest, so it's hard to ask for donations for anything else. And maybe I'm a little tight right now too, so I can't be spending all kinds of money. So forget I got kids too, and a house and a car and everything else that everybody else has. So I'm just your normal guy, just trying to go do a little extra that I feel like other people should be doing. But if you could, like the podcast. If it's on YouTube, like the video, share the video to your Facebook feed, your groups, everything. Help us get the word out there, man. Next time we'll hopefully have something more to talk about. But I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. I hope you all are being safe out there while you're shopping. Traffic can be crazy. Christmas gifts are not worth your life. And remember that you only have people and time. You can't get either one of them back. So make sure you spend your time wisely with the people that you love in your life. Watch what you say. Don't be afraid to offend. Don't be afraid to tell the truth. But don't go out of your way to offend. You guys all know what I'm talking about. I want you guys I want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure to share this. Help get everything out. And I hope everybody's having a good holiday season. Until next time, this is the last Glizzy on the road from Cold Region Discontent. Thanks for tuning in, guys.